Hello and welcome to a Cozy with Kel Sunday reading block. Today we are going to be reading on my handy dandy Kindle. I love this Kindle so much. To be honest, I'm setting new goals this year. I'm setting a reading goal of at least 1 to 2 books a month, okay? The next reading block that I will be doing will be a January TBR, and essentially that'll be all the books that I plan on reading. Actually, I don't know if it'll be a January TBR or if it'll be like a 2025 TBR because it's so many different books that I plan on reading. But to be honest, I feel like I have books that I have on my mind that I want to read, but I still have books I need to finish. So yeah, I guess I'll include the books that I plan on reading this month in this video because it's already mid-January and I mean, we don't have much time to be reading a whole bunch of books yet, okay? So I'll do a February TBR. Like I said, I want to set realistic goals, okay? Realistic, because I feel like when I set not big goals, but when I say, oh, I'm gonna read like 3-4 books in a month, it doesn't happen. I work a 9 to 5. I also film YouTube videos during the week. I'm trying to do TikTok videos, YouTube shorts, so I need to figure out realistic reading goals, okay? Reading is my safe space. I love to read. It makes me just like escape from the world. I'm trying to not do as much screen time for myself this year. That's one of my goals. Less screen time. I can't talk. Less screen time, more reading. So that's my goal. I feel like for myself, I think that this year I'm going to dedicate 1 hour during the week, especially since I work so Monday through Friday. I will dedicate 1 hour to read, and that's just like the most realistic goal that I can set for myself because my days are long during the week, okay? It's super long. Weekends are different. I have more time to read, but like Mondays through Fridays, I set at least an hour at the end of my day to read because I feel like that's the only time I really have to read. But let's get into the books that I plan on reading this month. So what I love about the Kindle app is that you can actually have the Kindle app on the actual Kindle, obviously, or you can have the Kindle app on your phone or your iPad. The Kindle app is colored and it's on my iPad. I figured it'll look better, especially with like looking at the cover of the books. Y'all, before we get into the books that I plan on reading, I want to tell you the type of books that I like to read. If you are struggling with trying to get into reading, the biggest thing that I could tell you is to figure out what genre of books you like to read. For me, I love reading horror, thriller, psychological thrillers, suspense, dark romance type of books. Those are like my favorite type of books, especially like dark romance, spicy type of books. So I think that the biggest thing that I could tell you is that if you're struggling with trying to get into reading, you just got to figure out what type of books that you do like to read. And the best thing about TikTok, and y'all, I'm filming this on January 19th, and it's a Sunday. TikTok was just banned last night. Like, it was banned last night. It just got back. I can't talk. Oh my gosh. We just got TikTok back. So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can go on BookTok and figure out what other type of books that I want to read this year. And the BookTok community is so big, and I absolutely love it. So now that we got that out the way, let's get into the books that I plan on reading this month. So the first book I want to get into, this is a book that I actually need to finish. Like, I am honestly, let me see something. How much? I'm 92% through this book. Okay, that's also what I like about the Kindle app, is that it tells you the percentage of how far along you are with finishing the book. I'm 92% into finishing the book, so I'm literally almost there. The Baker's Bully. The Baker's Bully is so good. This is a romance, urban, fictional type of book. If you love like a book that's literally like spicy, it keeps you on your feet. Like, when I say I just can't wait to know what happens next, it's so freaking good. Okay, I'm gonna try to give you a little summary of the book. Okay, when I give summaries, I try not to give away the entire book, but then I get so into doing the summary that I end up giving away what the book is like all about. But The Baker's Bully is about, just picture this, okay? Your homegirl is leaving a club. She sees your man in the car with someone else, another female. She calls you up and is like, girl, I see your man. He's in a car driving away from the club with another girl in the car. I'm about to follow him, and I'm going to tell you where I'm at so you can come and meet me. So she tells her homegirl where she's at. The boyfriend sees him in the car with another girl. He speeds off. They're chasing him. Well, she's chasing him. She tells her homegirl where she sees her boyfriend like take off at, and she thinks that it's his car, but it ends up being another car that she sees that looks exactly like his car going into this neighborhood. They go to this guy's car that they think is her boyfriend's car, and they literally tear that car up. They break the car, like everything they can to, like, they're just like not ruining the car, but they're like destroying the car, because she's pissed. She's like, oh, you was outside with another girl and you my man? Nah. So she destroys the car. The owner of the car comes out, and he is fine, y'all. If y'all see the cover of this book, he is fine, okay? And he's like, yo, what is going on? Why are you destroying my car? He's pissed. They have a price to pay. They got to pay him back for how much, like, they got to pay him back for destroying his car. And how do they pay him back? By working at his club. And I hope you know what I mean by club. So it's two friends. They're both best friends, and they end up working for the guy's club. And it's the guy, and I think it's his brother, or they're like really close that they call each other brothers, or they're related. I really forgot. But it's just so good. Like, I don't want to give it away, but one thing I can say is that the girl's mama is not ish. Like, she ends up sleeping with her daughter's boyfriend. It's so crazy. It's so good. You have to read. I was about to say you have to watch it. If this was a movie, oh my god, I know it'd be good. But you got to read the book. It's so good. It's so spicy. So I'm gonna finish reading this. This is actually the book that I'm gonna finish reading. Another book that I want to finish reading. So the other book that I was reading is called The Housemaid's Secret, and this is the second book to The Housemaid. Let me get the book. So The Housemaid is so good. It's about a girl who is a maid, and she works for this couple. And long story short, she ends up falling for the guy that she works for, but little does she know that he is just not a good guy at all. And oh my gosh, I don't know, I don't want to give it away, but he is crazy. That man is so crazy. He had did stuff to his wife, and his wife literally has gone through hell and back, and she's trying to escape him for real. And so the maid ends up finding out the crazy stuff that he has done, and the maid ends up finding out like that he is crazy as hell, and she's gonna get her get back. She gets her get back in this, but I don't want to give it away, so I'm trying to find like a better way to summarize it. So let me read you the back of it, okay? Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top of the floor. Mind you, she thinks that the wife is just like she's not really feeling the wife at all. But little does she know, it's so much to come. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband, Andrew, seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard to not imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it looks like. But she soon finds out. And by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. She's capable of a lot. Like, for real. It's so good. Like, it's so good. I highly suggest that you read both books. There are so The Housemaid's Secret is the second book to The Housemaid, and The Baker's Bully, there's a second book to The Baker's Bully. It's literally called The Baker's Bully 2, and I'm going to read that this month, and I'm going to finish reading The Housemaid's Secret this month. So that is my TBR for January. Hopefully I reach that goal of finishing that book, but we'll see. Well, both books, but we'll see. So let's get into reading. I want to get all cozy. I have my candle lit. I have my ice water, and also I have some popcorn that I want to eat while I'm reading because I'm craving some popcorn right now. Chai Down popcorn. I think this is the cheddar and caramel mixed popcorn. I'm really not sure, but we're going to eat this while we read, and I'll do some check-ins with you guys just to tell you how the books are going. This book so much, this book is crazy. So I was trying to figure out where I had left off with this book because I had not read this book in a little bit. It's been a while. So basically where I'm at in it is Egypt just found out that her ex-boyfriend, who she had been with for years, was dealing with her mom, literally messing with her mom. And so she's pissed about it. Also, her ex-boyfriend and her mom just found out that she's working at his club, the strip club. So basically the guy whose club she works at is the guy who she thought was her boyfriend's car that she ruined. And they fall in love, He treats her way better than her ex-boyfriend ever treated her. She finds out that at the same time of her like going through so much with her ex-boyfriend, like finding out that he was cheating on her and all that stuff, he finds out that she finds out that he had a baby on her. And so it was so much going on. Anyways, so there he took her back to her house. He took her back to his house, and she's like, I'm gonna just read you a little part of it, okay? I'm gonna read you a little part of it because it's so good. Like, this is just like a bit of it. My heart pounded as Egypt's soft hands glided over my abs and chest, igniting a trail of fire under my skin. When her fingers slid under my shirt to remove it, I couldn't suppress a shudder of anticipation. I ached to feel her, to lose myself in her touch and forget everything else. As my shirt fell away, she rose up and captured my lips with a searing kiss. Take my mind off of everything, she whispered against my mouth between kisses. Let me use you. Her words unleashed the hunger I'd been holding back. A possessive growl rumbled in my throat as I tangled my fingers in her hair and tilted her head back to expose the smooth column of her throat. I dragged my tongue along her neck, relishing her taste, savoring the way her pulse leaped under my lips. Use me however you want. I'm not going anywhere. Egypt sighed, melting into my arms, fitting her curves against my hard planes like she was made for me. I nipped at her earlobe. You want me to make love to you, or do you want me to beat the up? My voice came out rough with the need. She nodded, breath coming fast. Beat this up, please. I hope y'all get what I'm saying when I'm not saying it. The naked longing in her plea nearly undid me. I tightened my grip in her hips, fighting for control. Thought you were still mad at me. When I say this book is so good, oh my God. Okay. Let me just finish reading the rest of this book, and then I am just going to tell you how I feel about this book, and then we're going to start actually, after I finish reading this book, then I'm going to read a little bit of the Housemaid's Secret, and then I'm going to go back to the other book. So yeah. Baby, when I say this is spicy, oh my God, this is spicy, like spicy. This is so good. When I say like I love a book that literally has me like, oh my God, like I can literally envision, like picture, like this book is so detailed. It's so good. Like I'm literally about to eat my popcorn and read this because it's so good. Oh, so this is the cheddar and caramel popcorn. Ooh. Baby, this is so good. My favorite popcorn is caramel popcorn. So let's finish reading this because it's popcorn worthy. Okay, y'all, so I just finished reading The Baker's Bully, and I wish that I timed it so I could see like how long it took me to read it, but I'll do that for the next one. So I'm definitely gonna read the second one. It is so freaking good. Like when I say I recommend The Baker's Bully to anyone who, for one, Misha Mish is a Black author. So when I say this book is so good, oh my God. Definitely gonna read it. I'm definitely gonna read the second one is what I'm trying to say. But I'm about to read, I want to finish reading The Housemaid's Secret. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like The Housemaid's Secret, but it's a little bit slower to me than The Housemaid. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with the wife of the husband because it kind of feels similar. The only difference between The Housemaid's Secret and The Housemaid is in The Housemaid's Secret, I don't think they have a kid. It's just a couple. They're not married, I don't think. It's been a while since I read this, y'all. I'm trying to get back into reading, so I don't think that they have a kid. I think she's just like cleaning up after a couple. as opposed to the housemaid, it was a wife, a husband, and a daughter. But I'm 31% into the book, so I have a lot left. I'm about to read The Housemaid's Secret right here. Now, The Housemaid's Secret is not a dark romance type of book. It's more of a psychological thriller type of book, and I love those type of books. So I'm gonna read this. I'm 31% into the book, so we're gonna see how long it takes me to get through the book. But yeah, it's 401 and I'm on chapter 22, so we're gonna see how long it takes me to get through this book. And yeah, I missed reading so much, so I'm so happy that I'm doing this. I want this to be like a cozy, calm reading day type of vlog. It's actually raining outside and it's just really setting the mood, so I need to change my battery, but let's get into reading this. Something comfy and get my blanket on because it's cold. It's snowing outside. It was raining, now it's snowing, and I just love that. Like, I love snowy days. So we're going to get to reading my Kindle. So in this book that I'm reading, The Housemaid's Secret, the wife is just acting so weird. So like, she does not want to talk to the maid at all. Like, she doesn't. And I'm really curious on why. Like, I'm curious on if the husband is like, I don't know. And it's really weird because she does not know who recommended her to. So she put out a housekeeping ad online, and Douglas did not get her ad offline. He actually got it from his wife, and his wife got it from someone else, but she doesn't know who his wife got it from. So she's kind of like sketchy. Like, she's thinking like it's really sketchy of like how she got hired by him, but she doesn't know who was one who recommended her. But nonetheless, his wife is acting so weird. Like, why does she not want to talk to her? Why is she always like locked in the guest room? Like, she's either locked in her room or the guest room. Like, she does not want to come into contact with the maid. It's just really weird. When she was doing laundry, I think she saw blood stains. I don't know what's going on, but this is really good so far. Oh, I forgot to set the timer. Let me set the timer to see how long I've been reading, because I don't ever do that. Okay, so it's 4:23. I'm 32% into this book, but I'm really curious on like why the wife does not want to come into contact with the maid. Like, is she getting abused, or like what's going on? Is she really sick? I don't know. When I find out, I will report back to you if it's in this vlog of when I find out. But I'm just really curious on why she's acting all weird. I don't know. Okay, so I finally figured out how she found out about her and how she was recommended. So someone that she used to work for recommended her. So I'm on, I don't know what page this is, but I'm gonna read this, okay? But every time I tried to reach out to Wendy, she didn't seem interested in talking to me. I broke my wrist, she says bitterly. He pushed me down and it broke, but when I saw the doctor, he wouldn't leave the room. I had to tell them I slipped on some ice and fell. That's the only reason he let me get some help for the house. He never allows anyone else to come in here otherwise. My hands ball into fists. Why didn't you say anything? Because it was a stupid idea to bring you here. Her bloodshot eyes filled with tears. I was desperate, but once I saw you, I knew I couldn't go through with it. You don't know Douglas. You don't know what he's like. Getting away from him is not an option. You're wrong, I say. She throws her head back and lets out an acid-tinged laugh. You have no idea what you're talking about. Douglas is everywhere. He sees everything. I think back to all the times on the street when I felt like somebody was watching me. Does he see us right now? Is he listening to this conversation? I don't know. Her eyes dart around the hallway. I haven't been able to find any cameras in the house, but that doesn't mean they're not there. Douglas has access to technology that we can't imagine. He's a genius, you know. Her laugh is sad this time. I used to find that attractive about him. It's still worth trying. Her bruised cheeks color slightly. You don't understand. He would spend every penny he has to track me down. She's right, and Douglas has a lot of pennies to spend. With a husband like Douglas, escaping would be difficult. I, indeed, have no idea what he is capable of, and I don't know if I can help her, especially since I don't have the resources that Enzo had. I don't have a guy for everything. That's why I swore I would give up this life and focus on getting my college degree so I could help women in a way that didn't involve bending the law. But every molecule in my body is crying out that I have to try to help this woman now. I would never walk by a man in a subway who needed help, or a woman who was being stabbed to death outside my window. I can't allow this to happen under my nose. Do you have any money? I ask. Cash, I mean. She nods hesitantly. I've been slowly selling off some of my jewelry. I've got so much of it. Every time he hits me, he buys me something new and expensive. I've got some money tucked away in a place where I don't think he'll find it. It won't last long, but maybe long enough. My mind is racing. Do you have any friends who can help you? Friends that maybe he doesn't know about? From high school or college? Or, please stop, she croaks. You don't seem to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Douglas is extremely dangerous. You cannot underestimate this man. If you try to help me, it won't work, and you'll be sorry. Trust me. I'm really like, this seems similar to the, I will say to the movie. This seems similar to the book, The Housemaid. The Housemaid, when I say that man was crazy, he was crazy, like so crazy. He literally, I'm just going to give you one snippet of The Housemaid. That man locked his wife in the attic. She could not get out. She had to pull out, I forgot how many hairs, and they all had to be hairs from the root. Like, he had to be able to see, like, she took literally a certain amount of hairs from out her head. And if she didn't, she had to do it again until she got all of those hairs that he told her that she had to pluck out of her hair. It's so crazy. I'm telling you, this sounds even crazier. So I'm excited to read this. I just wanted to read you like a little small snippet of this. Let me get back to reading. Okay, so this is the ending of the vlog. I was only able to read about 40 minutes of The Housemaid's Secret, only because I have to start cooking and getting myself prepared for this week. It's a Sunday that I'm filming this, so I have to work this week. But yeah, I have some things I have to do around the house, so I'm not going to be able to finish reading this. And to be honest, I don't know if I'll be able to finish reading this tonight. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. Is this camera focused? I hope you guys enjoyed this cozy Sunday reading vlog. I want to do more of these, and let me know what books are you reading right now? What books are you enjoying? What books are you interested in reading in the future? What's on your TBR list for January, February, and any of the months to come? And yeah, also I want to know what kind of books you like to read. Like, what are the genres of books that you like to read? So if you're new, welcome. My name is Rockelle, and welcome to the family. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is something different. I really love reading, and I want to get back into it. So this is going to be the start of a new series. So yeah, I love you guys, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.